gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit. I thought I'd do you a quick vlog just to keep you abreast of the current situation and what's going on. Some of it's positive, some not so much, as you might expect. That tends to be the way of everything, as far as I can tell. Some people found my review of the multiplayer of Homefront to be a little bit questionable, and there are times I have to wonder whether or not people are actually looking for a review or for affirmation. Now, a lot of people will watch reviews or read reviews if they've already bought a game, simply out of curiosity and things like that, because some people like to see other opinions and things like that. However, I have noticed an increasing number of people that seem to be watching reviews in order to kind of get a pat on the head and say, hey, you did the right thing by buying this game, and that's especially the case when they're not perhaps enjoying it as much as they should, and they feel that they must be missing something, so they're looking for information from another source. It's like, this is what you've been missing, trust me guys, you did buy the right game. With a Homefront review, and it was a review, that wasn't just a first impressions, that effectively was a review of the multiplayer. Pretty much everything was factually correct to my knowledge, and opinions are pretty much opinions, so there's not a lot you can really say about that. But I just want to remind people, really, that games are not good or bad. It's very, very rare that you find a game that you can simply turn around and say, that game's good, or that game's bad. Games are shades of grey, and there's a reason why there is a 1 to 10 review scale, for instance, and for some reason only 3 of those numbers seem to get bloody used, which is not exactly helpful. Now, in terms of Homefront, I certainly think it's got a lot of great features, but the whole package is not exactly satisfactory on PC right now. There's certainly a lot of work that could be done, but it seems to me that people should kind of hold off on it for the time being. It doesn't make any sense to invest in it right now. It still has plenty of issues, and it seems to be more of a team game and a clan game than an individual, hey, I'm just going to go play a little bit of this on my own kind of game, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. I think it's even more extreme, actually, than Bad Company 2, which I only play in a team environment these days, even if it's just with a few people in a squad. So please don't look for affirmation from my reviews, because you often won't actually get it, and that's when I do actual reviews. Most of the WTF is content is first impressions, so that's what you should expect to find. You should not use that, as far as I'm concerned, as any kind of metric to measure whether or not you should buy a product. That seems absolutely absurd. It's first impressions. I don't know what's going to be going on 8 hours into the game. It might be a slow burner, but first impressions do matter. They do matter an awful lot. A recent Extra Credits episode made that abundantly clear, and if you don't watch that, go watch it. I'll put a link in the description below this video. It's very informative. Started out on YouTube kind of like Yahtzee did, and now he's working for the same company as Yahtzee, and he's an exceptional video producer. He comes up with a lot of amazing points about games. Anyway, that's that covered. So, events-wise, right. Azeroth Daily situation until after I come back from Italy will be a little bit in flux. I should be able to get an episode out tomorrow. I haven't had time today. I've been working since I've got up, really, so that's been about 12 to 13 hours. And a lot of business meetings going on as regards to future projects, getting things sorted out at the game station, and also preparing other content and things like that. Now, the Azeroth Daily situation, as I explained at the end of the last Azeroth Daily, is going to get resolved, and in order to do that, I've basically hired some people on. It's costing me some money to do it, but it seems to me that it's only fair to actually start to invest monetarily into Azeroth Daily to make sure that it actually comes out every day of the week. And the way that that's going to be happening is that most of the video footage is going to be provided by a paid recorder. So he's going to record footage for me for the achievements and for the quests and things like that, and I'll be commentating over it. And also, all of the static images, that's going to be handled by someone else. So that's going to be handled by a dedicated photo editor, things like that. So I will be providing commentary, and I will be doing the editing, and of course the recording of the audio, but everything else will be offloaded to employees. So that means I can get Azeroth Daily done much faster. Now, that's beneficial for a number of reasons. One, because it'll actually come out every day of the week, which is what it should have been, really, until it's really started to get on top of me in terms of the workload. And then secondly, it will mean that I've got time to do more videos. So that means more WoW, it means more Starcraft, it means more general gaming stuff, reviews, and first impressions, WTF is, and maybe even some DC Universe, if people are still interested in seeing that. As regards to forthcoming content, well, I can't really talk about that until I tell you how long I'm going to be away for. So I'm going to Italy on Tuesday Which Tuesday is that? Yeah, it's the Tuesday coming up, which I believe, yes, that will be the 29th, according to my calendar. And I'm going to be there for just over a week. I'm going to be in Gatur Village, and then I'm going to be moving on to Venice. And I'm taking that holiday that people sort of said that I should take, but me being a workaholic, I will not stop doing videos. I'm in Gatur Village for the Ultimate Gaming Championship. I will be doing commentary and interviews and things like that from there. I'll be commentating the Starcraft 2 tournament and maybe getting involved in some other stuff as well. And then after that, I'm going to take a few days to myself in Venice, because, hey, never been to Italy, so it seems to make sense to go to Venice. And if anyone's looking for a meetup there, then there will be one organised on the Facebook page. And once that goes up, feel free to sign up for that, and look forward to meeting the Italian fans. Whatever the case, I will be doing work while I'm over there. And Azeroth Daily Lights will come out, which will consist of a quick news roundup as well as mail. There won't be anything else, I just won't have the time for it. But I can probably put together an Az Daily Light, which is effectively a vlog. It'll keep you abreast of what's going on, although it won't be anywhere near as detailed. And when I come back from Italy, hopefully by that point, we'll have a lot of video footage stockpiled, because my employees will be working in my absence, and I will be well ahead of what's required, and hopefully Azeroth Daily will then never be late or cancelled again, which hopefully will be a really good thing for everybody, because it is I do believe in the series. I think that it's very valuable, and a lot of people do seem to also follow that train of thought. However, doing it on my own is unfeasible. A lot of people told me this at the start. I'm kind of surprised that I managed to keep going this long. My God, what happened to my camera? But unfortunately, I can't do it on my own anymore, so hiring help should hopefully resolve that problem. Now, what else is going to be going on? As regards to forthcoming video footage, there should, by all rights, about 95% chance of this happening. There should be Magicka episodes over the weekend. I'll be down in London over the weekend for the Dignitas Gamer Search, so if anyone's down at Gamerbase over the weekend, particularly on the Sunday, then give me a shout and we can perhaps have a drink. But whatever the case, I will be down there, so I won't be producing videos while I'm there, but there will be a Magicka with Yogscast on hopefully the Friday and the Saturday, or either that or the Saturday and the Sunday, one way or the other. For those of you who are Starcraft fans, this is actually good news for those of you who aren't either, because I'm producing some videos, and I can't really talk about where they'll be just yet, but they will be announced on the channel. It's not going to be on my channel. They're for another site that's doing a really cool show match series, and they've commissioned me to do the videos for it. So I'm going to be doing that, and they won't be on this channel, but I'll point you in the direction of it. Speaking of Starcraft, actually, there's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I want to sort of consult with you guys and find out whether or not you think this is a good idea. So Starcraft is the least watched thing on my channel, but obviously I like to do it, and the popularity is steadily growing. But I feel that the rate at which Starcraft is released disrupts the video flow for those who don't like Starcraft. Now, what I want to know specifically is not whether or not you don't want Starcraft on this channel, because it's not going to stop. Either the Starcraft will be on this channel, or it might be moved to its own channel. That may happen, I'm not promising anything. But what I'm more interested in is, as a subscriber, just the fact that, say, I'll release a best of 3, which will consist usually of 3 Starcraft videos, for obvious reasons, disrupt what you see in your subscription box. Does it make it more difficult to find the videos that you want to see? Because if that's the case, then I need to be looking into ways to prevent that from happening. This has always been a variety gaming channel, but I feel that because Starcraft is probably the most numerous thing that I put out, because it's easier. I can cast 3 videos worth of Starcraft in 30 minutes sometimes. It is very, very quick to do. When I do a 4-hour cast on my live stream, I will come up with a huge, huge number of videos on demand that will go onto my channel. So it's not as if it's taking up the majority of my time. Hell, Azeroth Daily, a single episode of that takes longer than 15 StarCraft matches. Just consider that for a second. But StarCraft is less watched. So I would like to consult you on that, so please leave information and comments and suggestions and feedback in the comments below this. My moderators will have a look at that, and they will deliver the feedback to me. And I'll decide on how exactly I want to proceed on that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I am bearing the fact that a lot of people on the channel don't watch my StarCraft 2 in mind, and I'm looking for ways to be not so much all things to all men, but hopefully please everybody in that regard. We'll see how that one goes. Aside from that, I have 2 major StarCraft 2 events that are coming up, but I cannot talk about them as of yet. Those of you who are into the StarCraft 2 should be very happy about that. Those of you who are not should also be happy with the fact that the majority of that is also not going to be done on the channel either. That's going to be done in a different area, so it's a win-win for everybody. Those who want to watch some great StarCraft will get to. Those who don't, they're not going to be bothered by it on this particular channel. for those events. But again, I can't exactly tell you what those events are going to be yet, but needless to say, they are fairly major. As in very, very major. So here's hoping that you guys are looking forward to that one. Aside from that, coverage, Crysis 2. Yes, I am actually downloading the game right now as we speak. I got my copy sorted out, and it is coming down the pipe. I can't really promise anything tomorrow, maybe, but since I'm going to London on the Saturday, and I've got to get the Magicka prepared, and I've also got Blue Please, then that's going to be difficult, especially if I'm also doing Azeroth Daily. That's going to be incredibly hectic to do, and I do have a business call I need to do as well at some point. My god, this area is red. I can't remember the last time I actually went in it. But that is something to bear in mind. I will try and get a Crysis video out then. If not, it'll probably be Monday. It'll be your first impressions, and multiplayer is probably going to have to wait till afterwards, although I do have a new laptop, which I'm calling the Cynical Brit Mobile, and it's extremely, extremely good. It's very powerful, and it's designed for video editing as well as gaming. So what I'm going to be able to do is perhaps even show you some Crysis 2 while I'm in Italy. That would be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Yes, I'll just frap some Crysis 2 while I'm on the plane, BRB. That might actually be a first for gaming, but there you go. But yeah, Crysis is... Wow, did I just get an achievement? I explored Shalamoon Valley. Holy hell. There you go. That's something I didn't bother to do. Anyway, that is something I will be looking into. And there's a couple of other things, like some people have asked me to do the new Ghostbusters game. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. And also, is there anything else? People keep asking for Shogun 2. I haven't got around to playing the damn thing. I've had it on my hard drive for ages. Ever since it came out, in fact, but... I will get around to it eventually. Shogun is such a massive game. First impressions would be totally unacceptable for that one. Aside from that, a couple of other games I'm looking into. Black Prophecy has now been released, so I might crack on that a little bit. And also, Battlestar Galactica is out, so people have been asking for footage of that. Yeah, I might have a look or two at it. I'm a massive Battlestar Galactica fan. I own the entire series on Blu-ray, so it's goddamn wonderful. So good. Although, I think it ticked off a little bit in season... Was it season 3 that got a bit bad? I think it was. Midway through season 3 was not so amazing. But whatever the case, I'll be looking into doing footage for that. Anything else? I think that pretty much covers it, honestly. People, once again, keep asking me if I'm going to DreamHack, and I said before that I will, even if I'm not commentating, so I will be at DreamHack. I don't know about any of the pre-events for it, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that. And also one last thing, which I suppose I probably should have mentioned at the start of the video. The Cynical Brit website has had a major overhaul, and there's going to be a lot more content on there that is not available on this channel. Not necessarily videos, but audio blogs as well as... sort of post-mortems of videos that I've done, things like additional writings and things that you might not get at the time, and there's also a fan art section and a massive community section, which has got a brand new groups feature that you can join. So there's all sorts of groups. There's a Minecraft group there, there's a WoW group, Starcraft 2, Bloodline Champions, Smashcraft, all sorts of crazy stuff. So if you want to link up with various gamers, that would be the way to do it. Go over to cynicalbrit.com and feel free to register for that. And as I said before, there will be some exclusive content available there. That, I think, pretty much does cover it for this particular vlog. Again, sorry about the lack of Azeroth Daily today, but as I said before, it's in a state of flux until I come back from Italy, and then, hopefully, everything will be sorted out. My researcher's just managed to get his computer fixed, so he's going to be taking up some of the editing duties as well on the static shot, and that will reduce the time significantly, but that's not going to kick in until after I come back from Italy. Thanks a lot for your patience, folks. Obviously, it is frustrating for me not being able to get the content out, and it must be very frustrating for you as well not to get that. When I promised a daily show, I didn't mean to do it, and then, as I said before, it's gotten on top of me in a fairly goddamn major way, and I'm annoyed by that. So I'm kind of embarrassed by it, really, honestly. I thought I could handle it, and evidently not. It seems like it's too much for one guy to do, but... with the team employed and working once they've been trained up and got everything sorted out while I am over in Italy, we should be good to go, hopefully, once I get back. So thanks for your patience, and I will see you next time.